Thank you very much. Good morning and welcome to the kickoff of the 41st Toronto International Film Festival. They just keep coming around year after year. I'm Piers Handling, Director and CEO of TIFF.
And I'm Cameron Bailey, Artistic Director of the Toronto International Film Festival. To our friends around the world watching the live stream, a special hello, bonjour, guten tag, ni hao, buenos dias, and konnichiwa. And because we're grateful to be here in Toronto, Canada, we'd like to acknowledge this sacred land on which TIFF operates and where people have been living for 15,000 years. This land is the territory of the Huron-Wendat and Petun First Nations, the Seneca, and most recently the Mississaugas of the Credit River. The territory was the subject of the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Belt Covenant, an agreement between the Iroquois Confederacy and Confederacy of the Ojibwe and allied nations to peaceably share and care for the resources around the Great Lakes. Today, the meeting place called Toronto is still the home to many Indigenous people from across Turtle Island, and we're grateful to have the opportunity to work in this community on this territory. Now, this is only our first announcement of many, so let's get started with the exciting lineup we have to share with you today.
Now, an incredible amount of effort and support goes into creating the festival and running TIFF Bell Lightbox year-round. We'd like to extend a very special thanks to those who help make our festival dreams possible. The lifeblood of TIFF is our passionate and dedicated staff and volunteers, including our board of directors led by Chair Lisa DeWild. Thank you to the dynamic and unbelievably talented teams who work tirelessly to make the festival and TIFF Bell Lightbox run smoothly for our patrons and guests. To our members and donors, thank you for sharing your love of film with TIFF. We are forever grateful for your support.
We'd like to acknowledge our sponsors and partners for their continued support of everything we do 365 days a year. Our lead sponsor, Bell, our major sponsors, RBC, L'Oreal Paris, and Visa, our major supporters, the Government of Ontario, Telefilm Canada, and the City of Toronto, and our major industry supporters, the Ontario Media Development Corporation and Telefilm Canada. Today, many of our media friends are in the room and watching our live stream around the world, so we thank you for being with us today and look forward to celebrating with you in September.
Over the years, cinema has expanded and evolved in countless ways, but one thing hasn't changed. The heart of every film is the story. TIFF is proud to provide engaging experience for our patrons and guests through the diverse films we screen every single day.
We're very lucky to have what I think is the best programming team in the world working with us at TIFF. We rely on them for their talent, their knowledge, and they continue to surprise us with what they bring and the gems they discover every year. We want to thank first our Executive Director and COO, Michelle Mayhew, Jason Anderson, Carrie Craddock, Brad Dean, Dimitri Epides, Giovanna Fulvi, Colin Geddes, Dennis Goulet, Steve Gravestock, Michael Lerman, Kathleen McInnes, Elizabeth Muscala, Andrea Picard, Tom Powers, Diana Sanchez, Teresa Scandifio, Jane Shuttle, Magali Samard, and Jesse Wente. And to the filmmakers, the sales agents, and distributors around the world, we thank you for sharing your films with festival audiences. We love you, even if it doesn't always seem that way, we really do.
So 41 years ago, in 1976, three tenacious men started TIFF's journey by creating the Festival of Festivals. We are grateful for the foundation and hometown pride built by Bill Marshall, Hank Vanderkolk, and Dusty Cole. I think Bill and Hank are here this morning. Thank you so much for your vision, gentlemen. Now, the TIFF legacy continues with our 41st festival and our creative campaign focusing on infinite views. Through kaleidoscopic scenes of our wonderful city, we are capturing the constant evolution of Toronto, as well as spotlighting TIFF's mission of transforming the way people see the world through film. We hope you have the opportunity to experience many great films this year.
Okay, let's turn our attention now to this year's amazing lineup. First, the special presentations. We're pleased to announce the following titles in our special presentations program for TIFF 41. Kim Ji-yoon's The Age of Shadows, starring Song Gang-ho and Gong Yoo. Mark Forster's All I See Is You, starring Blake Lively and Jason Clarke. Andrea Arnold's American Honey, starring Shia LaBeouf. Ewan McGregor's American Pastoral, starring Jennifer Connelly, Dakota Fanning, and Ewan McGregor. Kim Sung-soo's Asura, The City of Madness, starring Jung Woo-sung. Mahmoud Sabag's Baraka Meets Baraka.
Vikram Gandhi's Barry. Nate Parker's The Birth of a Nation, starring Gabrielle Union, Armie Hammer, and Nate Parker. George Nolfi's Birth of the Dragon. Ben Younger's Bleed for This, starring Miles Teller. Alex Lehman's Blue Jay, starring Mark Duplass and Sarah Paulson. Martin Kulhoven's Brimstone, starring Dakota Fanning and Guy Pearce.
Noel Clarke's Brotherhood, starring Noel Clarke. Susan Johnson's Carrie Pilby, starring Belle Powley. Oner Tukel's Catfight, starring Sandra Oh, Anne Heche, and Alicia Silverstone. You're gonna like this one. Pete Travis's City of Tiny Lights, starring Riz Ahmed. Thomas Vinterberg's The Commune. Kiyoshi Kurosawa's Le Secret de la Chambre Noire, Daguerreotype, starring Tahar Rahim, Constance Rousseau, Olivier Gourmet, and Mathieu Amalric.
Kankona Sen-Sharma's A Death in the Gunge. Mick Jackson's Denial, starring Rachel Weisz, Timothy Spall, Tom Wilkinson, and Andrew Scott. Paul Verhoeven's Elle, starring Isabelle Huppert. Raja Amari's Corps étranger, Foreign Body, starring Sarah Hanashi and Hiam Abbas. Francois Ozon's France. Park Chan-wook's The Handmaiden, starring Kim Min-hee, Kim Tae-ri, and Ha Jung-woo.
Koji Fukada's Harmonium, starring Tadanobu Asano. Fang Xiaogang's I Am Not Madame Bovary, starring Fan Bingbing. Nick Ham's The Journey, starring Cole Meany and Timothy Spall. Nick Cannon's King of the Dance Hall, starring Nick Cannon and Busta Rhymes. Damien Chazelle's La La Land, starring Emma Stone, Ryan Gosling, and J.K. Simmons. Juan Carlos Medina's The Limehouse Golem, starring Bill Nighy and Douglas Booth.
Kenneth Lonergan's Manchester by the Sea, starring Casey Affleck, Michelle Williams, and Kyle Chandler. Christopher Guest's Mascot, starring Parker Posey, Bob Balaban, and Jane Lynch. Aisling Walsh's Maudie, starring Ethan Hawke and Sally Hawkins. Pablo Larraín's Neruda, starring Gael Garcia Bernal. Tom Ford's Nocturnal Animals, starring Amy Adams and Jake Gyllenhaal. Balthazar Kormaker's The Oath, starring Balthazar Kormaker. Arnaud Despalier's Orpheline, Orphan, starring Gemma Arterton, Adele Exarchopoulos, and Adele Haenel. Eleanor Coppola's Paris Can Wait, starring Diane Lane, Alec Baldwin, and Arnaud Vial.
Jim Jarmusch's Patterson, starring Adam Driver. Asghar Farhadi's The Salesman, starring Shahab Hosseini and Taraneh Aldousti. Werner Herzog's Salt and Fire, starring Michael Shannon and Gael Garcia Bernal. Garth Jennings' Sing, starring the voices of Matthew McConaughey, Reese Witherspoon, and Seth MacFarlane. Bavo Defern's Souvenir, starring Isabelle Huppert, once more, and Kevin Azais. And Mia Hansen Loves L'Avenir, Things to Come, starring Isabelle Huppert.
Marinades, Tony Erdmann. Adam Smith's Trespass Against Us, starring Michael Fassbender and Brendan Gleeson. Benedict Andrews' Una, with Runa Mara and Ben Mendelsohn. Alan Gilsonen's Unless, starring Catherine Keener. Chang Er's The Wasted Times, with Zhang Ziyi.
So that's some of our special presentations, and here's a sneak peek at a few clips from some of these films.
worn out faces, bright and early for their daily races, going nowhere, going nowhere. Went to school and I was very nervous. No one knew me, no one knew me.
Police have widened their search for the missing teenager, Meredith Laval, for her involvement in the bombing of a post office.
Where is she? I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. Find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. Mad world. Mad world.
Kommt seit 2 Tagen zu dem Grab von Franz.
Vielleicht ein französischer Freund von vor dem Krieg. Willkommen.
Sie kannten Franz?
Ja?
Aus Frankreich.
Oui.
Vous pensez à lui toujours?
Comment pourrais-je l'oublier?
Ich bin froh, dass er da ist. Macht es dich nicht auch glücklich? Doch. Aber er wird weggehen.
Dann werden wir uns bemühen, ihn noch eine Weile bei uns zu behalten, ja?
Vous veniez souvent ici?
C'est ici que Franz m'a demandé maman. Vous avez beaucoup souffert.
La seule blessure, c'est Franz. Chère Anna, il faut que je vous dise.
Du bist jung und schön. Versäume diese Chance nicht. Mon fils est un garçon fragile. Il ne faut pas le tourmenter.
Ce n'est pas moi qui tourmente votre fils, madame. C'est Franz.
Was würde die Wahrheit bewirken? Noch mehr Schmerz, noch mehr Tränen. Was empfinden Sie für diesen jungen Franzosen?
Ich weiß nicht mehr.
City of stars, are you shining just for me? City of stars, there's so much that I can't see. Who knows? Is this the start of something wonderful and new? Or one more dream that I cannot make true.
Ryan Gosling singing and dancing. Does it get any better?
Now, we're thrilled to announce that our galas at Roy Thompson Hall will include the following films. Denis Villeneuve's Arrival, starring Amy Adams and Jeremy Renner. Peter Berg's Deepwater Horizon, starring Mark Wahlberg, Kurt Russell, and John Malkovich. Mark Williams' The Headhunter's Calling, starring Gerard Butler and Willem Dafoe. Bronwyn Hughes' The Journey is the Destination, starring Ben Schnetzer, Maria Bello, and Kelly MacDonald. Jonathan Demme's J.T. and the Tennessee Kids, starring Justin Timberlake.
Maybe we should just stop there.
While we're ahead.
Rob Reiner's LBJ, starring Woody Harrelson and Jennifer Jason Leigh. Garth Davis's Lion, starring Dev Patel, Rooney Mara, and Nicole Kidman. Jeff Nichols' Loving, starring Ruth Negga and Joel Edgerton. J.A. Bayona's A Monster Calls, starring Liam Neeson, Sigourney Weaver, and Felicity Jones. Rebecca Zlotowski's Planetarium, starring Natalie Portman and Lily Rose Depp. Mira Nair's Queen of Katwe, starring David Oyelowo and Lupita Nyong'o.
Paul Dugdale's The Rolling Stones' Ole Ole Ole, A Trip Across Latin America, starring, well, I guess you know who. Jim Sheridan's The Secret Scripture, starring Rooney Mara, Vanessa Redgrave, and Jack Rayner. Oliver Stone's Snowden, starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Shailene Woodley, Tom Wilkinson, and Zachary Quinto. Catherine Diekman's Strange Weather, starring Holly Hunter. Lonnie Scherfig's Their Finest, starring Gemma Arterton and Bill Nighy. Amma Asante's A United Kingdom, starring David Oyelowo and Rosamund Pike. Now here's a look at some of our gala films.
When do I go back?
You ever again land on those legs of yours, those bones will turn to powder. Plenty other ways to serve your country.
You wanted to be special forces?
Yes, sir.
Why do you want to join the CIA?
I'd like to help my country make a difference in the world.
The average test time is 5 hours.
I'm done, sir.
It's been 40 minutes.
38 minutes. What should I do now?
Whatever you want.
The deputy director of the NSA offered me a new position.
Can you tell me anything about it?
You know I can't.
Find the terrorist in the internet haystack. You're making people very happy.
Thank you.
You ready for a little action?
Oh, this looks juicy.
How is this all possible?
Think of it as a Google search, except instead of searching only what people make public, we're also looking at everything they don't. Emails, chats, SMS, whatever.
Yeah, but which people?
The whole kingdom, Snow White.
The NSA is really tracking every cell phone in the world.
Most Americans don't want freedom. They want security.
Except people, they don't even know they've made that bargain.
Are they watching us?
There's something going on inside the government that's really wrong, and I can't ignore it. I just want to get this data to the world. Hey. I feel like I'm made to do this, and if I don't do it, then I don't know anybody else that can. This is everything I have. They're gonna figure out what I've done.
Did you access an unauthorized program?
The government knows that we have these documents now.
You're looking at a possible death sentence.
I can't turn back from this. Watch yourself.
We are running out of time.
They're gonna come for me. They're gonna come for all of you too.
Can you do big things from such a small place?
Don't think about such things.
Why not?
You'll be disappointed.
Hey Fiona, how is your life?
It is fine.
Young girl, come inside. What is your name?
Fiona.
Could you please show Fiona how to move the pieces?
In chess, the small one can become the big one.
You can say anything you wanna say.
Chess helps us solve problems.
But I'm gonna love you anyway.
It teaches us to make a plan.
If you didn't have a wall to hide behind,
Use your minds,
but you fall to pieces when your eyes met mine.
and you will all find safety.
Why are you letting her win?
I'm not letting her.
You can see it moves ahead.
Checkmate.
Checkmate.
Checkmate. She won.
You could be the best in all of Uganda.
Good. How can I become the champion?
Sometimes the place you are used to is not the place you belong. You belong where you believe you belong. Where is that for you?
None of your sneak attacks. This is not the ghetto.
I don't need to sleep. Checkmate.
This year's gold medalist, Fiona Mute.
Your children are blessed because they have a mother who never gave up on them.
Are you my daughter?
Yes, Mama,
Coach, you told us to make a plan, but I fear things will never change.
What matters is when you reset the pieces
She's winning. She's winning.
and play a game.
Stronger than your bruises, I got thick skin.
Today, we're also honored to present as our closing night film, The Edge of 17, starring Haley Steinfeld, Woody Harrelson, and Kira Sedgwick, and produced by James L. Brooks. This is the feature directorial debut for Kelly Fremon Craig. She also wrote the script, and we're delighted to present the work of an exciting new voice in filmmaking. This coming-of-age story follows in the footsteps of John Hughes as a candid, funny, and sometimes cringe-worthy look at life as a teenager in today's world. Let's take a look at The Edge of 17, our closing night film.
I'm gonna kill myself. I just thought that an adult should know.
Wow. Well, actually, I was writing my own suicide note just now. I have 32 fleeting minutes of happiness during lunch, which has been eaten up again and again by the same especially badly dressed student. And I finally thought I would rather have the dark nothingness.
There are two types of people in the world. The people who naturally excel at life.
Golden boy. What's up?
And the people who hope all those people die in a big explosion. Look at that stupid shirt my brother's wearing. When I was 13, it was clear which side of the equation I was on. But that's what best friends are for. Nick is like right there. God, Juby made him so hot. And I had Krista.
Krista!
Oh my God! My brother? Seriously?
I can't help how I feel. You turn into a completely different person.
Why don't you try being positive?
I'm gonna write down the next thing you're gonna say.
I'm not playing your little games, Nadine.
Congratulations.
You have all the answers, don't you?
No, which is why I wish I had a mother who would notice.
When I was younger,
What did I do to make such a perfect kid, huh?
today, I never
You
need.
having a problem today, Nadine?
Several. I don't really have any friends at the moment.
Help me if you can.
Life isn't fair sometimes, Nadine, okay? You gotta get over it.
And I do appreciate
Don't be awkward.
being around.
Socialize.
Help me get.
Life's about taking risks. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there.
Won't you
Nick, I like you. I want you to put your mouth on my tits. We can do it in the Petland stockroom. I can't send this. Oh, no. Oh my God, no. Oh.
if you can? I'm feeling.
This isn't so bad. I just want to be with you. I want you to put your mouth on my tits. I want to feel you inside. God, we can do it in the Petland stockroom.
Won't you please, please?
Oh my God, say something, please help me.
You need to watch out for run-on sentences.
Hey, now for our final announcement of the morning, the cherry on top of the cake, so to speak, our opening night film. We have an opening night film, don't we, Cam?
I think so.
It's confirmed?
We were working on it.
100%?
100%.
We can announce it today?
I think so.
No problems?
Go ahead.
Okay, great.
Over to you.
We're going to go with Antoine Fuqua's The Magnificent Seven, starring Denzel Washington, Chris Pratt, Ethan Hawke, Vincent D'Onofrio, Byung-Hun Lee, Manuel Garcia Rulfo, Martin Sensmeyer, Haley Bennett, and Peter Sarsgaard. In The Magnificent Seven, Fuqua creates a modern vision of the 60s John Sturges classic Western based on Akira Kurosawa's epic and enduring Seven Samurai.
Fuqua's career has taken him from directing music videos for the likes of Stevie Wonder and Prince to his brilliantly intense films, including The Replacement Killers, Shooter, and Brooklyn's Finest. At TIFF, we're proud of our long relationship with Antoine Fuqua, starting 15 years ago with the world premiere screening of Training Day in 2001, and more recently with The Equalizer in 2014. Today, we've got a brief message from Antoine, followed by the trailer for The Magnificent Seven.
Seven, chosen to be this year's opening night film, is a true honor. I can't think of a better place or crowd for the film's world premiere. I want to thank Piers Handling and Cameron Bailey for this special opportunity. I look forward to seeing everyone on September 8th.
Man carries a gun, he tends to use it.
Dan, you dead? Pity. I had just ordered a drink from that man.
Took a job looking for some men to join me.
Is it difficult?
Impossible.
How many you got so far?
You and me?
Who's she?
We work for her.
Good Lord.
That's right.
That man murdered my husband.
I want something. I take it.
He will take everything we have.
So you seek revenge?
I seek righteousness, but I'll take revenge.
I'll need more than a few to help us fight.
What a bunch of misfits we are.
You know how to shoot that thing? I'm good.
So am I.
He's local, my friend.
Oh, we're good. We got a Mexican.
I sense we are bonding. Oh.
We got 7.
He's got an army.
And they'll be murdered by the world's greatest lover.
Why are you here? Fighting someone else's fight.
These people deserve their lives back.
Just make sure we're fighting the battle in front of us, not the battle behind.
Every man's got the right to choose where he dies.
We have nowhere else to go, so...
You ain't never seen a soldier like me. 1, 2, 3, I'm a vigilante. 4, 5, 6, kiss that ass goodbye. When I pull the gun, then somebody gotta die.
What's the plan?
I've always wanted to blow something up.
Is that a plan?
Yeah. I'ma put your lights out. We can do this right now. I'm ready. War.
How'd we do?
I think we killed them all.
So this concludes our first announcement of titles for the 2016 festival, and we're very excited to share all these films with you. We'll have many more announcements throughout the course of the summer, including next week's Canadian press conference, much anticipated on August the 3rd. I'd like to now just take a small moment to recognize what Cam has done this year in terms of putting this festival together. I think this is the largest announcement of titles we've ever done in our opening night press conference. So huge kudos to Cam Bailey and the programming team, but Cameron's done a stellar job this year. Congratulations, Cam.
Thank you.
So thank you for being here with us today. We look forward to obviously seeing you at the festival in September. It's only about 6-7 weeks away. Now we're happy to take questions from the media in the room. So if you could please just raise your hand. Mics will be circulating. Please identify yourself and your media outlet. Any questions? Or are you just so overwhelmed?
It's a lot.
It is a lot to absorb. No one. Wow, this is unusual for us.
There's someone.
Oh, there's somebody right there. Okay, terrific.
Microphone's on its way.
Yes.
Hi, I am Isabel Inclán from Notimex. I saw Gael Garcia Bernal is going to be here for two films now, and he is so familiar with TIFF. I would like to know your opinion about Gael Garcia Bernal coming here, and we see him in different movies from different countries. Thank you.
Well, Gael's been here since, God, Y Tu Mama Tambien, at least. Sanchez could probably correct me. I'm not sure if he goes back earlier than that, but we've had this long relationship with Gael. I mean, he's an extraordinary actor. He's now working in television as well. He was at the Golden Globes and won an award this year. I mean, he's one of the jewels, I think, of Latin American cinema when it comes to acting talent. And I think just his choice of subjects and the films that he's chosen to be in over the years are a true indication of his taste and also, I think, his stature in Latin American cinema. Just the fact that so many filmmakers actually want to work with him. I mean, he is one of the most charming men that you will ever meet personally. But I think when you see him on film as well, as everyone knows, you know, he's just an extraordinary actor and performer.
Just one small note, we actually haven't announced who will be here at the festival in September, but we're glad that he's in 2 films.
Yes, no one's coming this year.
Wait a second. Another question? Yeah.
Hi, Gloria Martin, freelance. Have you
That's a nice publication.
Have you noticed any trends in the films this year with all the films that you've seen, given all the trouble in the world? Anything you've noticed in the number of films you've screened?
You know, we are living in complex and really unpredictable times. And the wonderful thing about cinema is it's both entertainment and it's an art form, and it always reflects the times that we're living in. I wouldn't say that there are any particular themes. It's a really diverse mix of films, as it always is. This is the first 68 films. We've got many more to announce. I think you'll see as you watch them, coming from late August onward, that many of the films are directly addressing what's going on in the world right now, and many are coming at it through more oblique ways. But the films, in our view anyhow, are always a reflection of their times.
Hi, Rudy Blair Entertainment Media. How tough was it trying to figure out your opening and closing films, and also the fact that this year it's not a Canadian film that's opening or closing this time around?
So looking for opening and closing night films is always a challenge. You want something that obviously is going to appeal to a very large audience. It's a huge spotlight, both of those slots. So we're very careful in terms of the selection. We're obviously talking to a lot of people over the course of the summer. They show us films. These 2 films just sort of stood out in terms of the quality. Obviously the people that they could deliver as well in terms of the stars. We haven't had a Canadian opening policy for a number of years now. We obviously look at Canadian films as well if there's something appropriate. But I think these films will obviously fill the screen at Roy Thompson Hall for both nights and hopefully be critically well received as well. So they were very appropriate films for us. I don't think there was a lot of debate after we saw them.
I think the good news also, and you'll see a lot more next Wednesday when we do our Canadian press conference, but the good news is that Canadian cinema has really just expanded its reach so widely. We have The Journey is the Destination as one of our galas this year, directed by Canadian Bronwyn Hughes. The Headhunter's Calling, with Gerard Butler, is a Canadian film. And of course, Denis Villeneuve has made a rival for an American studio, but I think he remains one of the best products of the Canadian film industry that we've ever produced. So we're very proud to have that film here as well.
Good morning. Linda Carter with G98.7. With all that's happening in the world, you kind of touched on it slightly. How has the programming did you have directives, or how did your eyes see the programming for diversity to come to this year's film festival?
No, the programmers don't really have any directives from Cam and I. We talk a lot, obviously, in terms of what we're trying to do here. We're in touch with them all the time. We ask them to find films that are the ones that connect with them the most, obviously. And so, of course, because you're living in these times right now, a lot of those films are very direct in terms of what they're approaching, subject matters Cam just mentioned. You know, they're dealing with real issues that are going on in the world today, and you don't want to bury your head in the sand, obviously, and show just fluffy entertainment. Not that the festival ever did. But, so I think the directive is to go out and find the best work. You want a balance in the festival. We talk a lot about diversity, to be honest, especially these days. We'll have some exciting news to announce just in terms of that balance during the festival in the coming days when we release all the final statistics. But we've consciously gone out and really done that. I think we have more countries represented this year than any other year in the history of the festival, as well as just the diversity of both gender, as well as I said, you know, race as well. So that's something that the programmers are obviously in touch with everything that's going on in terms of current debates. So it's a very savvy, very intelligent, very smart group of people who I think do want to make a difference in terms of the films that they bring back to Toronto. We know that the Toronto audiences are also hungry to see that kind of material. Anything else, or should we just go into the scrums, and then we'll see you all next week, next Wednesday, I guess it is, on August the 3rd. Thank you all for coming. There's so many of you here. It's really great. Thank you for all your interest in everything we do, not here just at the festival, but also in the building year-round. Go to see the Eric Romer program, which is on right now at the Cinematheque. I'm there almost every night. And we'll see you at the Canadian Press Conference in about a week or so. Thank you so much.
Thank you.